Hey, this is Mikey with another tutorial. Today I want to show you how to fix overexposed areas with the Lumetri color effect in Premiere Pro. Mikey's Production Tips is brought to you by Cinema Spice, After Effects tools, video overlays and backgrounds, and sound effects. Now you can see here before and after. Let's kind of step through how we did this. I do have one bit of preface or warning. It all depends on your camera and what it can do. The camera I used here was the GH4, so it does have a decent amount of dynamic range. If you're using an older camera or a cell phone camera, things like that, you're probably not going to have the same results. But you might have even better results depending on your camera. But anyways, the Lumetri color effect is pretty powerful and you can do a lot with it. To be able to save this. Normally a situation like this, I think, oh man, that's just overexposed. I can't do much about it. And so let's get through and start fixing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm in the color correcting space in Premiere Pro, and we've got the Lumetri effect open. And all of the work I'm going to do is going to be just in the basic color correction. And there's a couple things I want to do. I want to be able to bring back some of the detail outside of that window, and also maybe reduce the contrast a little bit too contrasty for my like. And so first thing I want to do is the exposure. I'm going to come in here and bring that down. You can see as I bring that all the way down, there is still a lot of detail in those windows that are just, it looks like it's lost. It looks like it's all white, but we can bring that down and there's still quite a bit of detail there. So let's bring that down to about -1.5. And then from here, let's just kind of work our way down in this tone section. And next I want to bring down the contrast, because what that's going to do is it's going to make the dark spots brighter and the bright spots darker, and it kind of and that's kind of what we want. We got some bright spots. You can see as I bring that down the window, you can see some more details start to pop in. One thing though with contrast, as you reduce the contrast, everything seems to turn a little more gray. So we can kind of boost the colors with the saturation. Now next is highlights and shadows, and we want to bring down the highlights and up the shadows. And then with whites, we want to bring up the whites and down the blacks. Okay. So maybe overall exposure a little bit. And we just want to kind of mess with the settings at this point. But bring the exposure down, contrast down, highlights down, shadows up, whites up, blacks down. And then overall, you can see a lot of that was able to come back in. Now, some things we're doing. I don't want to bring the whites down, because if I bring the whites too far down, shadows up, highlights down, you can start to see there's some pattern noise, because spots where it was obviously clipped, you can see it's not going to bring it back. We want to hide that with kind of a soft light. Let it be white there. So let's bring the whites back up and let it glow a little bit, and then it hides that noise that's there. Okay, so before, after, able to bring back quite a bit. So again, if you're in Premiere, it's really easy to get to the Lumetri color. Just click on this color tab up here. If you're in After Effects, there is an effect. You don't have all of the nice UI, you just got a lot more sliders, so it's a little bit harder to use. But other than that, everything is exactly the same, so you can do all this in After Effects as well with the same effect. Okay, so if you have some footage that you think is lost, it's too overexposed, before you give up and throw it away, try throwing it into the Lumetri color effect and see what you can pull out of the details in the highlights or the shadows. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.